Good morning, South Florida.
And welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Grab your coffee as we brew up the talk of the day.
From the latest scoop around town
to feel-good stories and messages of hope.
A few jokes and live calling.
Highlighting local businesses.
Discussing hot trends and news stories.
A dash of feel-good nostalgia.
I love those morning cartoons.
Keeping up with upcoming events.
Sometimes trying and delicious foods.
Weekly horoscope updates.
An occasional flying duck.
Some sparkle dust.
Don't forget my bell.
And my wand.
With our brew crew laughing on set.
So grab your coffee, your bagel, donut, or any breakfast as we get you up and ready for the rest of your day.
And don't leave us hanging. Give us a follow. Comment live or call right into the show at 888-994-4995 Studio B.
Whether it's a tip of the day or just to say good morning, we'd love to hear from you.
From Amp Media Production Studio, it's
the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Dawn, where's the snooze button?
Freddie, it's time to get up. We got a show to do. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Hang tight, guys. Pressing the snooze one more time.
And it's time to do a show.
Morning time, snooze button. Wow, you do this so much better, Freddie. Morning to you.
Morning.
Morning. Look, my seat sits empty over here.
Welcome.
I feel like we're going a little bit old school here. You on the board, and my seat is empty waiting for you, but you're over there on the other side of the studio. How are you doing? Happy Thursday, everyone. Welcome to our Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Well, we have the true warrior in the house.
We actually got off to a little bit of an early start, which is kind of nice. It's kind of like in between our old time, our new time, but it's kind of like as Goldilocks says, right in the middle, just perfect for you. How you doing? Happy Thursday. What's happening over there?
We are trying new bells and whistles today. New bells and new whistles. And if you can hear us and you like what you see after today's show, just let us know so we can do more of it. For some reason, this mic is low.
Speak Your Truth 2023. I think more and more that is our hashtag of the year. Hard to believe it is January 5th already. We're moving right into this new year 2023. People are still not back from school. People are still not back to work. I don't know. I feel like you and I are right here working. And Baxton, my man, you've been here early.
Always
Early. So I have to ask, what do you think about not having a Speaker of the House, Freddie?
I love it.
What does that mean, though?
That means that they can't get their stuff together.
Well, I understand that, but I don't think we've ever been in this situation for, what do they say, over 100 years already?
I think that the problem is that they don't want this guy. Why is it that this guy can't take a hint?
Well,
Moving on.
Who decided it was going to be him, though, is my question.
The 20 hard conservatives that do not want him apparently think he's too soft. He's too much liberal.
Ah.
So he's making, by the time he finishes making deals, it's going to be a free-for-all. You get any seat you want, you can do this, you can do that. It's just a mess. Move on to somebody else.
But here's my question. What brought him to this position in the first place? Pardon my naivete in politics.
He asked to be the Speaker of the House. He asked.
He asked, but they're not going to vote him in. And there's people saying they're going to vote all day, all night. I was watching Colbert last night. He's kind of funny. I don't think I've ever seen him before.
Well, the funny thing is that in baseball, 6 strikes is 2 outs. I mean, what do we keep playing until there's nothing else to vote on? This is just ridiculous.
Well, that's my question. If it keeps being no, who else do we have in line to do this?
Well, they have to pick somebody else. The Republicans, because they control the House, have to pick somebody else. Now, the funniest thing was that a 216 to 214 vote was taken. That's almost a 50-50 draw at 3 o'clock in the morning to reconvene at 9 o'clock in the morning. They can't even vote to reconvene. So you think they're going to vote on this? This is going to be a mess.
It is a mess, and it just makes us look like we can't figure it out. And the deals that they're looking to make, This isn't government. This is like, oh, this is my best friend. Let me give you this. And then everyone was talking last night about the 20 pizzas that he ordered in to try to get the votes, to try and make this happen.
Oh, I didn't hear about it. Tell us.
I kept hearing every news channel was saying, oh, and there's pizza boxes, and there's 20 pizza boxes, and 23 pizza boxes.
Isn't
And
that a bribe though, pretty much?
well, I don't think it's a bribe. I think everyone needed dinner at some point, but
Yeah,
that
but
seemed to
like
be
this
the
guy's
topic.
Like, oh, I gave you pizza,
At this
Remember
stage
that
of the
when you're
game,
voting.
at this
I know.
stage of the game, a bribe is as good as anything else. Because to be honest with you, even if he passes, it's gonna be a mess. It just goes to show you what's gonna happen in, and unfortunately in the coming year, and it's just a mess, a cluster.
That it is. What else you got going on? You had a nice show last night.
Yes, Sarah Spiritual. We went to New Heights last night. She had over 1,000 viewers. on
Wow,
our show.
nice.
She had over 50 calls that came through.
Really?
Yep, and
Wow.
she had over 480 texts and comments, some of which we use on the show to ask their comments. So she did a solid 2.5 hours. She could have done 4 hours. And all this fear about changing the 866 number to her 19 Sarah S is not true. If you're a true believer,
Yep.
you carry on, you make it happen. And I have to admit that having Mr. Superstar next to me here, him opening up the year and singing his song is the #1 show on the network this week.
Nice job,
And
Axton.
over 1,500 hits.
Seriously?
Yep.
Wow, good for you.
So that was a nice little tidbit that he had going on there, as they say.
I gotta tell you, Baxton, you impress me. You come here early. You're always happy. You're always asking to help. Not many people have your work ethic and your zeal for life.
Thank you.
Truth.
I appreciate that.
So, Freddie, last night, what was the overall pulse of what people want for 2023?
I think that people are looking for a change, and the change is the fear of doing it wrong, which has always been a change. But I think people are now speaking up about the fear. They want to do it right. They want to make sure that they don't leave anything on the table. Is it okay to want? Is it okay to wish? Is it okay to say and speak your truth? And if you look at the screen,
Yeah.
it says Speak Your Truth 2023. I think that, Dawn, you came up with that. And the bottom line here is, the truth is the truth. You can't hide from the truth. And if you want to be successful, you have to be the best at who you can be.
Not a little bit. I do always say not a little bit pregnant. I
That's
really
right.
think we need to push hard. Not just us, but people need to push harder for what they really want out of life, because
believe.
mediocrity gives you mediocrity. Small wins are small wins, and then that gets you to the big win. And I think what it is, the small wins give you the faith that you know that you can do it, but you got to keep doing it.
I mean, look at Braxton here. He's getting his master's. And I think you said you start on the 8th, Braxton?
Yeah.
How many people can sit there and say, school starts really soon, and the master's is on the table? I mean, he's a pretty smart guy to begin with. He's just going to have paper to prove to the world that he's even smarter, which I am very proud to know him.
Thank you.
I think that his parents, I wish someday to meet them, because they put a good
Yeah,
package
we would love to meet your
together.
parents one day.
Thank you. Yeah, and actually they're in Wellington right now.
Oh, maybe we can meet
Florida,
them.
so they're in their big little. It's funny that whenever it gets to winter in Atlanta, they always
Winter in
take
Atlanta.
all the horses down the. They have like 3 horses. Maybe we can do like a Brooklyn Cafe. And this isn't a promise, but maybe when we can do like the Brooklyn Cafe show live from the horse stable.
That'd be kinda
Introduce
cool.
the viewers to the horses.
That'd be cool.
Introduced to the viewers to the horse that almost broke my mother's leg.
Oh, I don't know about
on
that.
the 4th of July.
So-
on the 1st of January.
So, Fred, I'm reading this article in the Huffington Post. 9 taboo things that can actually benefit your relationship. Number 1 myth of taboo number 1: sleeping in separate beds. You think that's good, bad, or doesn't really make a difference for a
think-
romantic relationship?
I think it depends on where your romantic relationship is at that point.
Freddie, what do you think?
It depends on the relationship going in. So if you want the relationship to make it successful and everything else, then it's not a bad idea if there's a reason for it. If you're just doing it to get away from somebody, well, that's a different reason.
That's
So,
what they say. They say as long as both parties are happy with the arrangement, and like one person might snore, one's a light sleeper, different work hours, things like that, as long as it's conducive for both people, then in fact it's a good idea. Because sleep issues is one of the top relationship problems going forward. Because if you don't get a good night's sleep, so it's not just about being next to the person in bed. Sometimes you just need to get some sleep. You got young kids. Kids aren't sleeping. You're going to work at night. I'm going to work in the morning.
Yeah.
Got to make it work.
Kings of Queens, they did a show. Kings of Queens, they did a show where they ended up separating because the bed broke, and they only could find two fulls, and they made it so funny because she said, you know, you come and visit the neighborhood when you want to get some cookies and milk, and then you go back to your neighborhood.
So, but here's the thing. Why didn't they just push the two pegs together?
They tried that,
Oh, they did?
and it opened up in the middle.
Oh, no.
All right,
So-
number 2. Taboo number 2, talking about your romantic past.
Oh.
Women don't like that.
Love
No,
lives
no, they hate
before
it.
you guys
Women don't
got
like
together.
that. Guys don't care. No, I shouldn't
Yeah.
say that. Guys,
Well, like here's
it
the
bothers
thing.
guys.
They
Yeah,
say
but-
that's kind of taboo because we all have pasts,
Mm-hmm.
but somehow those pasts have shaped who we are now.
Yeah.
So if you come out with
No,
the
no,
good,
no, don't get philosophical.
watch what they're saying.
No, don't say that. Because sit right there in the chair right there so I can put up the 3 spot. And get a mic, get your mic. The funny thing is that men don't mind you talking about your past as long as next seat. One over.
Or go
As
sit
long
next to
as-
Baxton.
As long as you're talking about because listen, let me produce, okay? There's a reason I do what I do. Men don't want to hear about how good of a time you had.
Mm-hmm.
You think men don't want to hear it? Or do you
Men
think
don't wanna-
women don't want to hear it?
No.
I don't wanna hear it.
The
Really?
only time an ex should be brought up, in my opinion, is when you're talking about how bad they were and how good they are.
That's right. That's that ego narcissistical
Narcissism?
behavior.
You see, like, oh, my ex was horrible, but oh my God, you're so much better than than my ex.
No, I just wouldn't talk about stuff like that in general.
Okay,
Would you
Tab-
tell your current boyfriend that, Bailey, or
I
no?
don't have a boyfriend.
If
No,
you
no,
had one, let's make believe.
Okay, if I had my make-believe boyfriend, I'd say like, I wouldn't say anything about my ex.
but it's different. If you had a boyfriend when you're 15 and you're 60 now, those exes are, you learn from them, you moved on, you're not with them, and you go from there.
Oh, it happened like a long
Then why
time
do you
ago,
bring it
then.
up? Then why do you bring it up?
You're right. I just
But
think it
what
opens
if-
sour grapes.
Yeah, but what if a person that you're dating or someone they're married to asks you, so, who were you dating before me?
I tell them if they bring it up, then sure, I tell them.
Yeah.
Okay, taboo number 3, flirting with other people.
Oh,
Engaging in
boy.
flirty banter with someone other than your partner is often seen as being unfaithful or
Yeah.
you're unhappy in the relationship. True
You
or
see-
false?
True, because that's how you end relationships.
I
That's
kind of
how
want to
you
know
get-
that what's the definition of flirting?
Like, flirting for me is kind of like when you make good eye contact. Like, it doesn't mean much. It can just be like you looking at them and showering them with like, oh, you look really nice tonight, or oh my goodness, I love that dress. You look so nice in that dress. Showering them with compliment. Like, it doesn't have to go very far. It just can be like showering them with a few compliments. In some people's eyes, that could be defined as flirting.
What do you think, Freddie? What's the definition of flirting and should you do it or not?
Well, women are better at it than men.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say I'm the best flirter.
I would
You?
say you are one of
You
the
are
top
number one.
flirters in
You
the
were like,
universe.
You were
Because
like,
the way you do it, you do it subconsciously. Like, you're such an innocent person that when you do it, only the uninnocent will recognize it.
Whoa, watch out!
I don't think you know you're doing it though.
Yes, she does.
I guess sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
Oh.
No, she knows.
There is an art to it.
If you were my daughter, you and I will have a long chat. But you're not my daughter. So you are entitled to do and the things that you like to do. But you are very good at it. Because you put a lot of mayo on the bread. That's all I got to
You
say.
know what? I'll take this as a compliment. Thank you.
Now, it also comes down to the more attractive the person physically is, that the more noticeable, not that they are physically attractive, that's not the same. It's just the more noticeable it is by everybody.
Do you think it's more eye contact, body language, or both?
Both.
Flirting.
It's a combination of all.
So both.
Do you think if a woman flips her hair, it's a flirting?
Always.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The-
Twirling
I
their
always tell
hair?
you,
The hair. flip.
I
the
know.
women
That's
that
that's
play
what you
with their
say.
hair.
See? Uh-huh.
Yummy, 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 yummy,
They
yummy.
bite the lip. They do that.
They bite their lip, you're in trouble. If they bite their lip, they're coming after you, Braxton. They're coming after you. Or they do. Oh, look at baby. Look at her face. Oh my God, I clip my hair all the time, now, don't you?
The hair, the biting of the lip. Yeah, all of those things.
All of those things.
What about men? How do men flirt? Men have some bad pickup lines, I gotta tell
Oh
you.
my God.
Yeah, pretty
Your
bad.
best pickup line for a man
My
is
God.
not to say nothing.
Yes.
You know the worst one I've ever gotten was, if you were a cat, I live all my 9 lives with you.
Oh.
Unironically.
It's just like when,
Wow.
when I was
That's a pickup line.
well, like when my dad was talking to me when I was trying to pick up girls, he would say, you know, he would always tell me the cheesiest one. Probably the cheesiest one was like, oh, are you an angel? Because I think you just fell from. Like if you ever told a girl that, they'd be like, get out of here.
All right, what do you think
You're
about
too corny for me. Get
what?
it.
What do you think about taking separate vacations? Good or bad for a relationship?
Once again, I think it depends on where you are in the relationship.
It depends
Yeah.
on. It depends on how you feel. Again, that's a loaded question. Are you going on vacation by yourself? Who the hell wants to go
I think it
vacation by
depends. Like if
yourself?
I went on a trip with Chelsea, it would be a mother-daughter
I think
trip.
That's fine.
Then that's totally one thing.
Absolutely.
If I went on a vacation with a girlfriend,
That's okay.
good, bad?
That's for Chuck to decide. If you were married to me, I would say if she's better than me, then why aren't I? And you're gonna tell me, oh no, absolutely. Then why aren't I taking the vacation?
You know, it's funny because our generation doesn't do separate vacations like their generation.
They do it.
The girls go on separate bachelorette. The guys do their separate thing. They got boys' weekends.
Yeah,
the girls do their thing.
Sometimes
You do that?
I spend weekend with my friends, of course, yeah.
Now I got a big question for you. Can you be friends and date?
Can I be friends and
Look
do you
at the
mean?
story.
Can you
saw
be
that? Look at the
friends?
look at their face.
What do you
Can you
mean?
be friends with other girls and date a
No,
girl?
no, you're friends with Bailey. Can you go to the movies on a date just as friends?
Oh, can you
Yeah,
go
you
out
can
as
do that.
friends? Sure.
Can you-
I think
does
they
that
do.
work?
I think it does.
Yeah, you,
So what happens when your friends start saying, "Oh, so you're dating this guy, that guy"? How do you feel about that?
no, we're just friends.
So you could be close friends.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just wondering.
The majority of my friends are men, so.
All of your friends. Are men.
Yeah,
You
it's
ain't
not-
got no female friends.
Hey, come on, that's not entirely
Name one.
Katie.
Nicole.
No.
Nicole.
Not in there. Not in here. Name one on the outside.
Katie.
Not from the studio.
There's this girl. There's this girl like up in Lake Worth.
There is a girl.
Yeah,
Where's it go? What's her name?
Dreama.
Okay, I
There's
gotta
a
be there
girl.
to make that real.
All right, here's our last one before we wrap up the morning show. Taboo number 6: going to bed angry.
Oh,
Always.
Always.
It's bad or good?
Bad.
First of all,
Should you stay up to hash things out even if you don't sleep that night?
I know
Yes.
people that follow that rule, and I'm gonna tell you something. There's a right time and a wrong time.
That's why I'm
to
asking.
hash it. I disagree with that. I think that if you have nothing good to say, the best thing you could do is just put it to the side. Now, if it means that you can't hug or hold somebody in bed, and fry it and eat it, that's your problem. Because as of right now, that's being put away till tomorrow when you're fresh and ready and to look at this thing. Because when
Okay.
you're tired, you're not going to look at the
Yeah, you're
other
just gonna be
side's
angry.
opinion.
Yep,
Yeah, you're
true.
going to be angry and defensive, and you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
True.
I understand
It's
that.
totally
I get where
different.
that's coming from.
Different generations. My
Yeah.
grandmother used to always say, don't go to
That's
bed angry. But now we're all working so late that sometimes it's not that you're angry when you go to bed. You're just so tired you don't even want to have the conversation. So I think you're right.
And
You
the
just gotta,
conversation dies. And there is no conversation. You can't have a conversation when you're extremely tired. Just
Right.
can't do it.
can't have the rational conversation that you want to have.
Now, I want to go, is that the last one?
I think. Well, no, there's more, but we got to head
We gotta
out.
wrap this up, right?
Yep.
Now, I just want to mention that starting tomorrow, because we got a meeting we have to attend tonight. Starting tomorrow, you're going to get you're going to get the fastest news, 60-second news clip during the morning show.
Nice.
You're going to get 3 song beds by artists that we are hoping to work with. You're going to get the weather screen.
Oh.
Thanks to our yawning. You look like you were going to eat the camera over there, baby.
I thought you were frozen.
I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty good.
Unbelievable.
Looks pretty good.
And we are going to do some participation with you, the public, because there is no us without you. And we want to hear more about you. We're going to put out some questionnaires
I like
that you're
it.
going to answer. So Dawn came up with the pet deal. If you got a pet, we want to hear from you.
Baxter, maybe you can put a piece together.
I'll draw your pet.
Send in your pet pics, your pet videos. Let's do, I don't want to do stupid pet tricks, but let's do something positive.
My pet
portraits.
has a trick. And you saw it.
Yeah, but you got to be able to capture it.
Yeah, she
You
does it
have
all
to
the
be-
time.
And I'll tell you what I do. At the end of the week, if you submit it, we'll give you a prize. We'll give you maybe 2 tickets to the movies. We'll give you a prize of coffee. We'll give you a shout out
portrait?
for your business, something. We'll do something for it to reward you because people like to be rewarded. So.
All right. We're going to wrap this morning show up. Have a great morning, everyone. Stay safe. Tune in today to Movie Wars, midday show, and then we have a full lineup tonight, including the J.C. Dreesen show right here in the studio. Have a great morning, and we will see you in a little bit.
Thank you for listening to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show. My mug is empty, and you know what that means.
I think it means it's time for a coffee refill.
As we prepare for other shows here at the Amp Media Production Studios.
Tune in for more fun and laughs at 12 o'clock for our afternoon show.
And remember to like, follow, and subscribe on our page.
Have a great morning, everyone. Stay safe and be kind to each other.
And don't